Hey everyone, do you remember the beautiful horse that we built? And this is by Lego Creator. This is a 3-in-1 model. Set number 31166. I believe this has 685 pieces, retails for $54.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. So yeah, remember we did this in several build installments a while back, and it wasn't too bad of a build. She's beautiful, but she's seen better days now. And we're going to be tackling one of the submodels today. So we have our choice of either the reindeer or the bear. We're going to do the reindeer today. And today is the 14th of November 2025. So happy Friday, everyone. Okay. And yeah, so yeah, she's not beautiful anymore, huh? That's what's left of her. Except this set is missing a piece. This is the set that I had a part fly off and I was taking it apart, and I have no clue where it's at, so I'm already aware of it. But when we built it, it had all the parts. And I'm not really a fan of brick-built animals, but, you know, I mean, it's here, we're going to do it. And so today we're going to focus on the reindeer, and I think I'm going to do this in one installment, so this could be a very lengthy video. And yeah, so this set originally comes with 5 bags, and I think it came with a brick separator. It did. So let's see if I have one that I can rustle up here real quick for us, and then so we can get started. I need to keep these packed in the box when we're done. And yeah, everything's laid out, ready to go. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it. And yeah, so what do I do about sets like this? This one has about 700 pieces. I'm going to start sorting by color. I'm looking for a dark gray 2x3. And I'm supposedly going to have some sets delivered today to the house. There is no info on what I'm getting, so I have no clue. Usually it's the end of the year appreciation gift, or it could be something else. I don't know. Let's keep the nougat closer here. Let's put the green up here. So what am I doing right now? I'm starting to get my thoughts together here. Oh, wait a minute. It's not a dark gray. It's this color. And then I need an inverted piece that's in tan. Well, yeah. So the intent of this today is to build this and see how well the build goes, but these are not to be construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. This is just for my notes, just to preserve the build, so I know I built it. And yes, this is a paid promotional offer. But today we are going to have fun putting this together. This is going to be something that we can do just for fun, just to kind of kill some time here. But if the sets do arrive that I'm getting for review, this comes first because this is up on the workbench today. It's going to be an early review for that, so it's even better. So what I'm doing right now, for those who don't know, I'm just sorting out parts by color. Just makes it easier as we go through and progress through the build. So I think we're obviously doing the torso today, and yeah, I got one more solid week of work left, and then I'm off for a whole 11 weeks, maybe some change thrown in there too. And I cannot wait. I got a few more evaluations, and sadly I have one that's on Friday that I cannot blow off, so I have to go back into town Friday to take care of that. But the holidays are almost here. I can't wait because I don't want to have to work anymore. I'm tired. But yeah, right now I got a bunch of other things going on right now. Basically, I'm just kind of piddling around this weekend. I'm putting together some tutorials. These are more like concepts. I haven't actually built them in real brick. But I think you guys are going to like them. One's going to be a vehicle and the other one's going to be, no, I can't remember, and I need more of these. It's going to be more of a, I don't know if it's furnishings. I'm trying to think of what it was that I have to build. Okay, so sometimes my mind will just get going and I'll find something to build real quick. Oh, now I know what it is. Yeah, it's kind of like a clutter item, so it's more of like a furnishing. So that's essentially what I've been doing. I can't share what I'm building because of competition, but these are really good builds. Really good. I don't know where that's going to go yet. Okay, now I know where it goes. Right here. Huh. But I think we are getting somewhere on... in terms of completion on projects, so I'm slowly getting things done here. And I think you guys and gals are going to like the tutorials coming up. I just have to get off my rear and start building these things. So the problem is when I get time off, Lego decides to send me literally tons of sets. We're talking probably 50, 60 items. And that's not including the ones I'm doing right now. These are secondary builds. So what I'm going to be doing is if I get a tutorial done, that comes first before anything. Because I like to build my own stuff, and you know, sometimes I'd rather just do that, build my own creations. So this is one of the pieces that flew in, supposedly in the trash can I could not find. It's a 1x5, and yeah, ouch. So right now I'm just trying to sort things by color because I'm looking for the nougat. This one's got a lot of nougat in here. And surprisingly, there's pieces in this set I need for tutorials. So I need to get on the ball and get this one done here before I can rob the parts out of it. I've already filed all my reports. I've had all my reports done for about 2 weeks, so I'm going to be doing more again. Well, that's the price to pay to be in the ambassador program. You're going to have to do it. Even Lego recognizes people don't like doing reports, but you know, I understand for logistics and stuff, yeah, we need to do them. But, you know, if I knew that when I was signing up, I don't know, I probably would be thinking twice. Paperwork is never fun, and I got to do it for work too, which is not fun, but, you know, I got to do it. There's always paperwork attached to a freebie. That's why this is not free. Alrighty, so right now, as you can see, I am really just literally rifling through parts. So I'm going to take this and start putting the nougat in here. There's just too much up here right now, so what I'm going to do is just, until I find that 1x4 brick, start putting these up here. Okay. Don't worry, we'll get to the actual build here in a second. I'm just trying to find all the parts. Now, I could have sorted this all out before the build, but that would not be fun at all. So I got to punish you guys somehow. Alright, now we can get back to some smaller parts. So I think most of this build is going to be sorting parts out, which is kind of not what I want to do today, but it's also been in the 60s. It's raining today. The other day it was like 87, 88 degrees. And it was raining. Now it's cooled down. It's a little humid today, but you know, that kind of thing. So what better way to spend a rainy day than have the window open a little bit and doing Lego sets so we can do these. Yeah, so it's some kind of chassis. I don't know what this is yet. Like I said, when we start these out, I have no clue what I'm building. I do not know what it is. Okay. So I'm expecting more sets to come in. I think it's a set. And then once I get this guy going, and if it is a set, I may just do the unboxing on that tonight. Now you see why I don't ever have time to finish up fixing up the workbench. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. Yeah, you caught me in a good mood today, and two, I haven't blocked anybody, which is even better. But what I'm doing is, like I said, I'm going to be sorting out parts as I go. And just putting all the medium nougat inside its own bin right now. At least the green's easy to find, and the yellow, there's not a whole lot of it. I got bright green and dark green in here, so I'm trying to sort out each color over here. The smaller colors, yes, but the medium nougat is like the majority here. I'm trying to pull out so I can easily find it. But I think this is going to be one of those sets today that's going to be a very long build. I'm not going to lie to you about that. So if you're looking for a very fast speed build, you are on the wrong channel. So sorry to disappoint you, but yeah, we got to do the chores today. I'm getting more people asking and requesting for building guides, so just be patient with me on that. Right now I am swamped with my day job work. I just finished up doing write-ups for evaluations, and I just got to deliver the rest of them. And in that, in addition to my day duties, it's a lot of stuff going on. But that's usually what happens before the holidays. Before I take time off, I got to do more work. And yeah, so I got to do all that. But once I'm done, I'll be able to sit back, relax, and play with Lego all day and just do nothing. Eat junk food and watch TV. Now, I can watch TV. I got to do some house stuff, but you know, we already got that in. Looking for some more brown angular plates. Yeah, this set's got a lot of these. Let's see, I need one of these here. Yeah. And you know, some have asked, Jay, I'm so glad that you cover these alternative builds. Most people don't do it. You know, yeah, I don't understand why most don't cover the alternative builds. I know they're not the main thing of the show, but why not? I do it just because I care, and two, I'm bored, and I want to build something that's not involving source code or anything. Okay, I'm looking for an inverted slope. See, we're working with this color mainly today. So I'm looking for an inverted 2x3 30-degree slope. I believe that's what it is, or 25. So we're going to have to pull all these 2x3s out until we find it. I was going to do the alternative build of the rotary phone, but I thought, well, I've already got this here. Oh, here it is. See, these are very rare in this color. I figured, why not? I'll just do it. And yeah, let's start. I'm looking for dark orange now. There's not a lot of that color in there too. Okay, and that goes there. So yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty good. It's going to take a while until I sort all this out. Now, you know, I always try to do different methods on this channel, different ways of doing projects and stuff. I know some people want me to do it a certain way. You know, here's the deal. It's your Lego set. You build it any way you feel comfortable with it. You know, some tell you that their way is the correct way. It's the way that works for you is the correct way. Because there's no right or wrong way to put this stuff together. And boy, that's mighty colorful, isn't it? So, I mean, this alternative build it's keeping my interest. I don't feel bored or obligated into putting this one together here. All right. Okay, that goes like that, I believe. No, it doesn't. The ball joints go inside that, like that there. I will try my best to keep the hands away from the build when I'm showing you stuff, but I cannot guarantee it. Let's see, I'm looking for another one of those gray things. And yeah, I need a lot of these too for builds. There's a lot of good parts out of this set. Believe it or not, including these weird Technic things. But I'm not a big fan of animal creatures or brick-built creatures. But we'll give this one a whirl here today. Don't worry, we're going to get to it eventually. It's very slow today. I'm working very slow. I mean, what am I going to do? Stop, go do some actual work? That would not be fun. Plus, I don't have anything left to do, and it's in the afternoon right now. I got done with work. When I was done with the last in-person evaluation, I was done. I thought, I am not doing any more. I'm going home. And that's what I did. Okay, I'm going to find it eventually. We're getting there. I'm looking for... Okay, there it is. So when you take these apart, it depends on how speedy you want to go through it. Honestly, if I were you, just do what I'm doing here. Sort it beforehand. And it depends. Some people sort by part type. Well, there's hundreds of part types in here. I don't know how many lots. I would just sort by color. It's a little more convenient. That kind of thing. I was I don't want to lose those. I was looking at contacts, new contacts, and yeah, I'm going to stick with just my natural eye color. They're expensive, and I thought, well, that's a cosmetic thing. I'll just keep the nasty hazel eyes that I have, the greenish hazel or whatever they are. And be like, okay. It's like, well, can't have everything. Any of those pieces there? No. Yeah, so my intent is to try to get done with this set here as quickly as I can. You'll notice there may be some gaps in days that I don't release anything. That's just because I don't really have anything to publish. So right now it's just, I'm going to try to finish up whatever I can here. There we go. Now I could just rifle through these and just find the parts that way. But that's not fun. So what am I doing right now? Just, if I see a piece, we'll grab it. Oh, there's a piece that I forgot here. I'll put that in there real quick. Okay. Okay, now we got to stick some Technic bricks right here. Hoping you can see what I'm doing, because I try to make it to where you could see everything that I'm doing here. But that's why I can never guarantee these being a full-fledged tutorial. I had one person said I need to focus on doing these like I do my building tutorials, but the problem with that is these would be dragged out literally hours, and I don't want to spend my free time just building sets, and then that's all I do. I've been founded upon my creation, my own stuff that I build, not somebody else's. And plus, you could download the building guide and build at your own leisure, too. All right. Well, now we made it up to step 20. Now we got to rotate it around. Okay. Another one of these bracket things here. I mean, now the problem with creator sets is that they do get a little random at times. So something like this, it could just be some random parts that we're putting in here. Yeah, I gotta get a new set of windshield wipers from my truck. They're shredding apart. I told my girlfriend, I was like, we need to get everything set up if we're going to go on a trip, because I was like, I said, because I've been kind of neglecting a bunch of things right now. I said, but I want to get out of the house and get away from technology for a bit. And she couldn't agree with me anymore. And then I said, I'm burned out. And she's burned out too of doing her day job. She's an RN, registered nurse. So we're kind of just counting down the days because we're going to have some time off together. We're going to spend every waking minute as we can, because once work comes back in, we won't see each other except when we're home. And if you're an RN, you know exactly the hours that they work. Yeah, so it's kind of treasure the moment. Okay, my apologies. Okay, well now it looks like we're still working on the torso part here. Jay, you're ever going to get this thing done? Yeah, eventually we're going to get it done. I need these pieces in gray, surprisingly, and I didn't have enough. And of course I went on Lego's Pick-a-Brick, which here in the States it's very limited. Like we only get maybe 20% of what everybody else gets. And the pickings are slim. So any sets that I get, I treasure these parts. I take care of them. Because getting parts for Lego right now is really hard to grab a hold of some things. So always take care of your stuff. Yeah. Well, at least we're getting something going today, huh? It's already been 20 minutes. We're still working on the torso. But if you notice, it's going a lot faster because now I'm sorted out some of the colors to kind of make the build a little faster. Yeah, I've been working a little bit on my internet. I got my cheesy router, my Wi-Fi to work really good, but it needs to be replaced eventually. I need to look for a new one. So they're going to have the Black Friday deals. I'm going to try to snag one up for a decent price that's not been tariffed to death, because I need to really get into getting that fixed as quickly as I can. The other one, just the range is just horrible. Even after moving, it's just I don't see any of those in there. It must mean it's still here. It still needs to be worked on, but I already have the wiring done for it, so we're ready to go here. I just need to do the rest of it. But I am tired of working right now. I gotta be careful not to lose these pieces. There's a lot of these I do not have in Nougat. Okay, and that goes right there. It's starting to look like something now. It's probably the beautiful reindeer. Yeah, just got to get going on it now and just... Okay, I found a part here. So yeah, if you're doing this type of thing, just do what I'm doing. Sort as you go. If you don't, you want to do it beforehand, even better. Yeah. Kind of tired. I slept really good. Almost was late for my evaluation today. I don't like keeping I don't like to keep my employees waiting. It's just as important as a boss as it is an employee, so you don't want to be late to their thing, because they have things that they got to get done too, and it's not all about me. Usually this time of the year I'm just burned out, and then the first part of next year it's usually taxes and doing with the car and all that stuff. I have a bunch of things coming my way that I wish I can hide somewhere and make them go away, but that's not going to help anything else. So yeah, I'm slowly picking up the nougat. I see one of them right there that I need. Yeah, but I think you guys and gals are going to like the new tutorials. I got a trailer that I'm working on right now. It's just a concept, and the other one's a piece of furniture. And it's pretty good. They're both projects are pretty good. I haven't built them in actual Lego yet, but I'm going to get to them. And that's my intent. It's just, well, like I said, I don't have a lot of free time right now to get anything done. I could be doing that instead of doing these, but I got to keep some content on the channel, and two, I need the parts out of this to finish up some builds to begin with. So I work on about 4 or 5 tutorials at the same time. So, yeah, not too bad. I do a lot of the tutorials. I work on a bunch of stuff at the same time. I multitask, so put this over here. See, once I started sorting everything out by color, it's gotten a little faster. Okay, we got into the sub-step. Let's see what this is about here. I hope the indexing helps you guys and gals out with finding things here. Alright, looking for a claw piece. Oh, there's one. These also were good for trees. If you get them in gray, they're good for mountains or you know, rock facades, all that stuff. And I can never pick these up because I have no more fingernails. I cut them off. No more. Alright. Well, if I don't see it, I'm going to have to look in the big bin here. Lots of good pieces. I just need to, there we go. Alrighty. Not sure what that does. Okay, looks like it goes on the end here. So this is probably the rear end with the little tail that sticks out. So you can obviously tell now it looks more like it's starting to look more like a torso than anything else. Yeah, this is kind of like good weather to go camping and stuff. That's if I can get my bunch into it, but no, my mom's not into it. She's going to be gambling on Thanksgiving where I'll be here, but I'm going to my girlfriend's house for the holidays. I'm not in. Oh, you need to do gambling. You'd be good at it. I said, no, I work hard for my cash. I don't want to waste it on playing a video game. I said, two, I want to get away from technology and not be around it. Kind of started a fight a little bit, but I thought, oh no, I'm done. I don't want to think. You know, I'm not into gambling. I mean, I don't know, sometimes my family just gets kind of like, they want me to be somebody else that I'm not, and I'm like, no, not today. Not today. Alright. I need 2 of these now. Yeah, once you start sorting by color, it's going faster now. It may take me an hour just to do the torso. We haven't even got to the legs or the head yet, or even the tail. Alright, we haven't done much of anything, well, I haven't done anything, really. This piece here, I'm looking to get more of. Matter of fact, this is one of the pieces that I need. So, yeah, I gotta find it. Alright. Okay, and then I need some half ones here. And you notice I'm grabbing a little bit at a time. I make a deposit, then I do a withdrawal out of the medium nougat bin. Okay. And Looks like we're putting the skin on here, but we're going to index this as torso. Right now I'm still working on just the torso. I haven't done any limbs yet. Now, am I going to split this one up? I think I'm going to make it just one big long video. That kind of thing. Okay, now we're going to, looks like we're doing the skin of the deer. And I have a feeling we're going to be building a couple of these, the sides of it here. So I'm going to just go for it. Yeah, I'm still a little sore from crawling up in the attic. Trying to run all those wires throughout the week when I had a little time here and there. And now that I've got a good chunk of that done, it's all easy now. I just got to I need to find the half ones. It's the only thing I got left now is put the power splitter in for the over-the-air TV stuff, and then that should be ready to go. And I think I will be good with that. But that part I have to wait a week for it to come in. But that's right at the hatch, so at the attic door. So I could just open that up and just install it. Just drill a few pilot holes and put some fittings on there, and I think we'll be fine. Now I'm not going to put this other one on just yet. I'm just going to put this one right here. We're focusing on this side here. We'll hang on to this for right now, because we may have to change it. And this one I have a feeling it's going to be mirrored too. Like that. Can you see what I'm doing? But, I mean, I got so many chores going on right now, and it's like every time I turn around, I got somebody, can you do something for me? And I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure, and I'm wrapped up into something. So I've learned a trick. It's more like a personal life hack. If I don't want anybody bothering me, I close the door all the way. That means that I need my own alone time. I don't want to be bothered. Sometimes you got to have your own time to reset, to kind of chill out and say, hey, I got to cool off for the day. I'm just going to build both of them. Now, if I make a mistake, then we'll know it. But right now, let's just focus on this. Hope this light bulb's not going bad. Seeing it flicker a bit. All right. Okay, yeah, this goes on here. The book shows it offset, but yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Not too bad. Oh yeah, okay, you do have to flip it over. And yeah, so if you make them in mirrors, you should be safe. Well, that one is anyways. Yeah, this one's the same way. So just plug those in. So we just skinned the deer, but we skinned it in reverse. So she should be happy she's growing the skin on right now. I gotta have fun with these folks. Alright, and now we gotta find a little shoe glider plate and put that there. Okay, now it looks like we're focusing our attention on maybe the tail. Okay, well let's get that going here. Okay. She's not ready to go out and relax in the meadow and have a meal right now. She's got to be put together first. And we haven't gotten to that part. Okay, and yeah, this trailer that I'm building, I have a little offset with the tires. So I got to figure out how I'm going to get around that, but it's a really good project I think you guys and gals are going to enjoy. I just got to work out the bugs first, because I don't want to just give you some build and say, here you go, and it doesn't really work with anything. You know, that would not be fair to you, the builder. And I don't do that type of stuff. If it's not going to work, I won't publish it. And I have plenty of those projects to go around, so at least with these, they're already canned for me. I don't have to do much. And now I gotta find some inverted plates. Wait, okay, I forgot. We got to put a 1x2 in there, and then now I think we're ready. There we go. It's going to look a little better. I don't want to leave any holes in there. Yeah, I just hate when you get a set that's got a lot of parts and just one color's dominating, but how often do we ever see medium nougat in builds? I don't see it a whole lot. So yeah, this is indeed the tail. But oh, I see. Make sure that's going in the right way. I'll just stick that in there here. Force it down in there like that. We're missing something there. Well, no, that's not the tail, that's the neck. I thought this was... Okay, that's the neck. We just got the don't roll off deer. We'll have Elmer Fudd come after you. And we won't be hunting wascally wabbits today. Alright. Okay, now we are moving on to the head of the deer. Okay, now we're getting to actual parts now that we can actually identify. This thing here just kind of rolls around. We're going to have to deal with that there. But we won't be needing that for a while. We'll use that as a part divider to divide the parts. So the torso is going to be used as the part divider. Okay, and then there's a microphone, but I'm looking for a gray shaft here. Where did that go? I don't know. I see it. All right. And then this goes here. Not sure what that does. I need a downwards plate. That's if I can find it. Okay, I found one. But I need two of them. There's the other one. No, don't you dare roll off. Get back over there. Okay, this sticks straight. Ooh, well, this thing's already disintegrating. I hadn't even started yet. And that bracket flew off. Looks like I'm going to have to mine for it now. I don't know where it went. Oh, I see it. Here, we'll dump all... Well, we don't need green. That's what I need. Alright. And then I need 4 white of these things here. Shove those in there. Just stick them in there and be done with it, huh? Just stick them in. White's a boring color. I mean, you know... maybe I shouldn't have put these way over here. Oh, I see one there. If I'm missing that 1x5 plate, I know where it's at. It's in the dump or something. Not like I had a choice. I tried digging for it, but it was early in the morning before work, and I thought, okay, I'll look in the trash can when I got home. When I got home, all the trash cans were dumped. The only time somebody wanted to clean the house, and I was like, in the back of my mind thinking, this stuff's already hard to find. You know, I don't need to be losing any more of it. But I just kind of left it at that. So next time, like now I have a trash can in here, but it has a lid on the top. So, yeah. Can't win them all, I guess. And the parts are only like 10-15 cents. That's not a whole lot. I just don't want to have to order any. Well, I'm missing one of those white pieces. Oh, I see it. Okay. The head's going to take us some time to do here. Alright, so yeah, you got to use some of those silly eye tiles, these things here, so the deer can see itself while it's being born. Oh, hope somebody doesn't take these videos seriously, although there's probably somebody out there that's probably going to get angry about it, but oh well. Okay, well, I'll get to the other eye here. I'm also looking for hollow studs. Yeah, I just, like these are kind of cool to get a hold of. I wish I can get them in white out of all colors, but I have a project that needs them. And I have some of these parts for projects, but I don't really have them in colors that I really need. Looking for the other eye piece right now. Oh, there's the hollow stud. We're getting there. But you notice I'm spending more time hunting for parts than I'm building. But when I was a kid, though, I used to throw my Lego on the floor and build like this too. So it's not like this is something new to me. I'm trying to line up the eyes here. I don't know if it's going to be critical or not, but there we are. And then after that, I've seen that plate. Let me make another deposit here of medium nougat. I mean, there's a lot in here. And I may not be able to find it. Oh, I see it. Okay, that goes like that. And I need some of those curvy things. Let's put these away. Alright, so yeah, at some parts of the country I know where it's been snowing, which is cool. Oh, I only need one of those. Okay, then I can put the other one back in the bin. Yeah, last night I was going to watch my show Alice, that diner sitcom, and the storm knocked out the TV last night. It was the only channel that was off. All the other ones were on. Definitely the home shopping channels and the gospel channels were running full blast. And I just thought, oh my goodness. The only channel I actually wanted to watch, and it was not even on. The storm was just spazzing it out. Doesn't look like any deer I've seen before. Okay. Yeah, am I a big fan of brick-built animals? Not entirely. I could live without them. But like I've said, I have the stuff here. Let's build it, you know. The whole slogan of the channel. Let's build it so we can fail it. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. This one will be parted when I'm done. But yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't have anybody leave any negative comments, which is cool. I didn't have to block anybody. The holidays are coming up. I'm expecting it. Trying to find, okay, it's this guy I need, not a regular one. Yeah, we got a lot of sub-steps going on today. No, don't you roll off. There's stuff that will roll off. We did one the other day. what is that, a mosquito or a gnat? Oh yeah, speaking of that, I remember in my older videos I'd have like bugs or gnats flying around and people would get all offended over it, and I'm like, really? I kind of wonder how some people build their Lego sets. They build them like in an oxygen tent or something like that where there's no bugs or anything. I mean, I did my older Lego stuff. I was in the middle of a renovation thing at the time, so some don't know that. Okay, I gotta look for some more downwards angular brackets again. Yeah, I am literally just, parts are literally just flying around here. I don't know, I'm going to have to check down here. I don't think I can check easily here. I thought I saw something fly down here, but I don't see it. Lips on this workbench is not that big to begin with. My goal eventually is to redesign everything. I don't have the fancy Lego room, but you know, I don't need something fancy because all I'm worried about is building my own creations. It goes like that, I think. And then we got to marry these two items together here, where this sticks in the front like that, I think. Yeah. And then now I got to find the round tiles. We're still working on the head, mind you. We haven't even got to the antlers yet, because this is obviously a male deer, but yeah, but I really need these in this color, so that's a good trick. That's a good thing I need there. Okay. All right, and then I think those might be ears. We don't know. And then now it looks like we're working on the lower jaw here. Almost got all the white parts pulled out. Yeah, I'm not a fan of doing these really long sets, but you know, it's something. You know, at least it's something to do. Of course, I'd rather be outside, but I've been toying around that idea of doing it out in the yard. Is that what that's for? Is that his tongue sticking out? We don't know what that is. Oh, but it's hinged up there. So this is just a... Okay, that's what that is. So that might be his nose. Alright, now it looks like we're putting together the ears, and we need more medium nougats, but I see this piece here. Okay, I got two of these. I just need to find those angular tiles. And there's one, or bricks with bow, or plates with bow. Well, these are the same. Okay, what I'm going to do is put this guy over here. I'm trying to find the other one real quick. Making sure they're different. There we go. And then these go on like this. Yeah, always take your time to do sets like this because you can easily make a mistake, and that's never fun. So the pointed top part goes on the top. So these go on like this inside its head. Ouch, that's gotta hurt, right? Well, that's the ears I'm taking it, but you gotta shove those in there. We gotta install them. Like that. Yeah, it's starting to look like something now. Look kind of creepy. And then after that, we got to do the antlers. So, But I will be right back. Okay, I'm sorry about that. All right. So the antlers right now might take some time because this one we don't know yet. We don't know. Haven't figured it out. All right, and these go on the bottom here. We got a bunch of stuff going on here today. And yes, they do show them crooked like that too. See? So we're doing it right, but I got to get another piece and okay. Maybe the antlers are not that bad. Oh my goodness, they are bad. Ooh. I mean, yeah, I mean, put that on your fireplace in your Lego house. There you go. All right, I'm going to put these over here. I'm looking for the horn parts. And I've got a bunch of stuff attacking me here. Okay, these face down. And you got to make two of them. And I see that gnat flying around. I don't know where he rolled off to here. I've had some people make fun of me because they see a bug or a fly or a gnat flying around. I mean, you know, that's how it is. I got to make two of those. That color is a kind of a rare color for me, so I hope I'm not missing any of it. Now, if I'm missing pieces at this point, that's on me. Usually the main model is the one that kind of tells you here. Okay, I need that. I don't see any more. Oh, there it is. And I just got to find the other piece that goes to that. These are nice parts. Lego's got a lot of new parts that I can't grab, but they're really cool. It would save me a bunch of time building some of these newer projects. And then these go on here. You got to have something that'll poke you in the night. I remember one time I watched a video on YouTube. This deer came up to this house. This guy had filmed it. And it had some kind of like chicken wire around its horns or its antlers. And I was like, man, the guy just gave... Get over there. This guy just gave him some food, and he just went in there and just took some wire cutters and just cut this mesh off. And you can tell that deer was relieved because that thing was just hanging on him. And yeah, I was like, that's kind of cool. Animals asking for help. Out where I'm at, you cannot hunt. I have to go out of the county to do that. And there we go. We got to make two of these here. And out here, the deers will come up to you. If you're out in the foothills or the lower elevations, they'll actually come out to you because they know they're protected. I mean, I wouldn't approach a wild animal, but people out there, they always think that stuff's funny, and yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not that brave. And then, yeah, I think these go on like that. Not too bad, huh? Are we done with that? We're done with that. Now we got to put this on, or we got to install it. And that's what this stick was for. You got to make sure that's really straight in there. I'm going to have to stick that inside that hole, and hopefully it goes in there. Mine did, so that's even better. Yeah. Starting to look pretty cool, huh? Matter of fact, mount that on your fireplace in your house. You got yourself an overstuffed deer head on your Lego house. And then now we got to install the head onto the neck there. I'm thinking it's probably safer if I hold on to it here, but that looks unfinished. Did I miss something here? Let me look. No, I did not miss anything. Maybe we're not done with it yet. That's probably why. Let's install the head. Screw that right in there. Yeah. Not very sturdy to beat the nails in the table, but it's there. Oh, it wants to take a nap. Nappy poo time. And then now we got to finish up the end of the tail here. You think we would have done... Oh, that's right. This is going to be the tail. Okay. So let's do the tail real quick here. Yeah, my hands have to get in the way here. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about shout-outs yet. We don't need that one. Haven't got... I'll do those in a little later when I get to the legs. But we're not doing the legs right now. We got to do the tail because the deer needs it to tell us if he's happy or sad or just wants to get off the workbench and go gallop in the forest somewhere. We don't know. Okay. I'm looking for a plate with bow, but I don't see them in here. Yeah, doing these big lengthy videos I don't miss them one bit, but I'll sneak it on YouTube for you. And then we install the tail there. And then that's it. Okay, now we got to move on to the legs. And we're going to be putting these on here. And while I'm doing this, I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors. That's always a big help because it helps me come up with more ideas and motivates me. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers as well, because that motivates me even more. In addition to my regrettable customers, it's always nice to get requests and make those building guides come true, so I can build them later on too, along with you. And in addition to that, thank you to everybody who takes the time to subscribe. That's always a big help. And yeah. Well, we got the joints here. We got to put the joints on the deer because I was too busy talking. And hold on, did I put that in the wrong way or is that just me being silly? Okay, wait a minute. You know what? You got to stick these all the way in. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, for the legs, now I'm not sure if they're going to be mirrors or they're going to be just random parts. I think what we're going to do here, and I don't want to drag this out any more than I have to, I'm going to go and do one at a time because take a nap then. Because we don't know. I could check. Or I can just go for it and see. Let's see here. You know what? I may just try it to see what happens. So the one here is going to be the one I copy from the book, and this one's going to be its reflection. The one on the right is always the reflection on my end. If I was sitting on the other side of the table, it'd be different. Now, if you're building this, or you're building along, you do not have to do what I'm doing here. Okay, you do not have to do this. It just is for brevity of the video. But we're focusing on the hind legs right now. Okay. And if we run out of parts and we don't see anything, then I know I made a mistake and not to go any further. Okay. Alrighty. Had a professor that did that. That's what he did. I do not miss going to college one bit. That was another thing that I'm glad is done. Grad school and stuff was boring, but now I'm glad I'm out of that. You want something boring to do, there you go. Well, if I did, I wouldn't have a career that I'm at now. But I'm happy, though. At least I don't have to do that. Oh, uh-oh. I didn't mean to spill my yawn out in the microphone. I'm trying to find another one of these here, but I don't see it up here. So, oh yes, I do. It was hiding from me. You guys hid my parts from me. How dare you? There we go. Yeah, I've already spent an hour on this. This is going to be one long edited video. It's going to take forever to render this on a computer. Once I get the other sets, though, we're going to focus on I'm going to do a little bit of everything. You know, that kind of thing. Well, those I have seen. These would be very handy for making snow-covered roofs and stuff. So I am going to hoard those up when I get them. I got a bunch of roof slopes now. I could probably build a small house with a white roof. All right. And then we got to get some brown plates. Let's stick those right on top of here. Yeah, my hands will cover these up, but you know, that's just the price to pay here. Not too bad so far. Yeah. But speaking of early releases and stuff about the Patreon supporters and stuff, you know, it's a lot of work putting all that stuff together. And the building guides, they just take a long time because I am making them for production. If these were my own personal building guides, I wouldn't go so crazy on them. But when I'm selling stuff, I do not want to just half-bake a project. And in two, well, I gotta have to build that stuff eventually for myself again. So if I'm doing that, then so be it. I don't want to just kind of, you know, do that. Alright, and I need some round 1x4 plates here. Find a couple of those. There's one. Those are always nice to have. I wish they had holes in all of them, but they don't. So we'll just be happy that they have them. That's right, deers have really skinny legs to hold that big body up. Yeah, it's just like napping weather today. It's just, it's been, it's humid today more than anything. I think it's reaching like in the low 60s, but for the most part, though, it's been a very relaxing day. Can't wait for Thanksgiving to get my turkey dinner and hang out with family. I don't watch football because I'm not really into it. But just to sit there and chat with my family is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm one of those weird guys that don't like football, but I'll tell you though, I mean, if it's a surfing competition, I'm all over that, but why watch that when I can do it for real? Of course, at my age, it's not going to work very well without breaking things, and I don't want to break any body parts because that costs a lot more money than I need to deal with. Alright, and then now these go into here. Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to make these fit here for you. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, now we got to lock that in with a 1x5 nougat. The set has a lot of 1x5s. So I bet these, no, they don't swing. Huh. Alright, well so far we haven't messed up, which is really good, but we got to get done with a few more here. Put these over here. I don't know if this one came with scenery or not. We're you know, this is sad. We're only at 60% done with the book. We haven't even made it through the rest of it yet. You know, this one's going to take some time to put together today. This may be a 2-hour special, so I have to maybe label this as ASMR or something. So if you want to watch something, doze off and fall asleep to, here you go. We've got you covered here. Okay. And then this one's got a lot of parts here. We need some 2x2 bricks and those curved parts. I found the curved pieces, which I thought would be the hardest stuff to find. Sometimes I'd love to talk about my own projects, but I really don't because of the competition. I've had it happen where somebody would snag my ideas. I've had a friend of mine says, well, you could build my stuff and put tutorials on it. And I said, I could if you want. You'll get the credit, obviously, for it. I said, but I need to have I don't need to have a good physical copy of it. As long as you show me how it's put together, I can. I think he's more interested in a building guide. I'm like, sure, if you give me the thing, I'll write up the guide for you. And when I'm done, that's it. And I can go off of pictures. That's how I usually do it. And then after that, we got to get a couple green studs. So we already have the collaboration figured out. And as far as for build updates for mocks and stuff, that's going to be a YouTube membership exclusive. So I'm not going to do those anymore. As I don't know. Just okay. So far, so good. Look at that. We're getting the legs going here. But the exclusive stuff, though, you know, I'm kind of torn on it. I don't want to make everything exclusive. That's not how you should do it. Always got to have at least a sneak peek. Boy, we haven't gotten much done on the deer, huh? He'll have to roll around until we get his legs put on. Alright, so the beautiful buck or deer, could be Rudolph. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll go through this when we're done and make sure. Okay. Now we need a downwards thing now. Okay, rotate it around. Yeah, that's hollow in there. Yeah, that's going to fit right inside that. So this is not the most sturdiest thing, but we're not done yet. Okay. And then now we need 2 of these, which means I need 4. Goes there. Yeah, I maxed out the speed, which reminds me I need to call up my internet provider. See if I can negotiate on the price a bit. Sometimes they will let you do it, and sometimes they won't. But I'm getting what I'm paying for right now. I live in a business district, so I get 10 gigabit up and 10 gigabit down. So that's how I upload these big massive videos so fast. It only takes like a few minutes. In fact, it takes millions of hours to edit a video, but when it comes to editing or uploading videos, it's like nothing. So uploading is not a problem for me, it's just the other stuff. So yeah, it's hollow inside. Alright. Alright, now I need to get 2 more plates. Okay. hoping to get it all fitting on one memory card today. That'd be nice. Stick those at the bottom here. Okay, and then we got to get the tiles in there. But I'm going to see if this is the case then. Ooh, these are really wiggly. It's nice to sit here and talk to you guys and gals. I just wish I could talk to you more in person instead of just doing this, but this is all I have right now. I just got to put our deer legs together like our chicken legs, but no, let's start with this one first. So now we got that nicely, so the joints in there will be encapsulated into that. Alright, and that's it for that. Okay, now it looks like we're skinning the outside of the legs. So just like before, when you're working with one color, and it doesn't matter, this is a new color for me. It gets boring after a while working with just one color. So now I'm starting to feel a little more fatigued out on the deer just because I am working with just nougat at this point. If you're looking for something that's got a lot of color, this one here doesn't really have it. But it's got a lot of parts that I need for other creations. Okay. I always thought these pieces were a waste. No, I use those a lot now on some prototypes. So, sometimes I look at a part thinking, why did Lego make this piece? What's the point of it? Then you start using it for other builds, you're like, oh, okay, so this is actually very universal now. Okay. Okay, now we need more of these here. Alright. That's one, and then that's two. Now we got to use wedge plates. Now that's really fun. I got to dig those out. How are we doing on memory card? I got 40 minutes left. Can I finish it in 40 minutes? This is a long video. I haven't done a long one in a long time. But I could have broken this one down, but I thought, oh, I don't want to do that. I only have two of these. Well, am I not looking hard enough? Okay, I found another one. Okay, so I gotta find one more that goes the other way. That's if it exists in here. Yes, it does. Alrighty. This is obviously the skin for the deer. Okay. Oh, well, wait a minute. What am I doing here? Why didn't anybody tell me I made a mistake? All trying to make fun of me? Is that what it is? There we go. And then the skin goes on the leg here. So we rotate it back around like that. And then we'll set this here. Like that. And then we'll do the other one just like that, but this one goes here. Okay. And then that's it. Now we have to install the rear legs. So let's start with this one first, because this is the one we just finished up here. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to rotate these where they're perpendicular to the body. Pop that in there. Should fit right in. Yes, it did. It shows it like that. That's got to be painful. But we're going to do it like this because I'm a little humane in that department, although this one's going to be stubborn. There we go. We'll leave it like that. Seems like that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, then I'm going to just proof through the next one real quick here. It looks like it's exactly the same, just mirrored. I'm just browsing through it real quick. Yeah, that takes care of the rear legs. And yeah, I'm a bit parched. Okay, now we're going to turn our attention to the front legs, but I'm going to bend these down. Why? Because the deer now can just sit like that. Or kind of stand. Alright, so just like we did with the other one here, you know, I got to goof around with these. Now I want to focus on doing the same thing I did before. We're going to mirror these out, provided that I can find another one of those white pieces. White on a white workbench is not really of a help to me. I need to find one more of these. That's if it exists. Now, it may not even exist at all. I don't see it in here. So I'm going to take a look here at the latter part of the build. Yeah, I got to find the other one here to make this work. All right. What would I be doing right now if I wasn't doing Lego? I'd probably be testing vacuum tubes. Running through a test or see which ones have good emissions and which ones don't. I don't see that part. That could have been the one that flew in the trash. That could have been it. Well, yeah. Let me go rustle one up. Okay, so I got that one. I think that might have been the one that flew. That flew in the coop. I gotta ask you guys and gals something here. So come here. How many of you leave your wallet on your dashboard when you're filling your car up full of gas? I hope nobody's raising up their hands. Somebody I know of did such a thing and their wallet got stolen. While I was filling his car up full of gas, where does he throw his wallet at? On the dashboard. You know what I do with mine when I get my card out? I put it back in my wallet or my pocket. Sometimes there's, why did somebody do that? I don't know. I heard that story from a family member. I thought, why on earth would you do that? I mean, why would you want to go do that anyways, you know? You wouldn't want that to walk away. So he has to go and get his license and all that stuff again, and I thought, ouch, that's going to be very costly. But I've never lost my license ever. You know, I've always kept it real close because the DMV trips are always scary for me, so I try to avoid that place. So yeah. Alright, well okay, we're working on this one here, so this one goes here. I found the backwards one. Oh, here's the other one, okay. But I want to know how many of you do that. Please, I hope nobody's raising their hand. But I heard that and I thought, oh my goodness, what is with people just doing that stuff? Oh, this is really falling apart. Yeah, but I was like, why would you go and do that for? Wasn't me. I still have my license. I still have my pictures of my license when I was young too. I still look the same, and except I had longer hair, had the curtains. Now I just look like any ordinary person. I'm hoping I don't have to go and get my picture retaken next year. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Because going to the DMV is never a fun, never fun. It's boring there. You just sit. I make an appointment. Sometimes they're like, oh, well, you made an appointment. You're still going to have to wait. Because I still got to get my real ID. So I may have to go for a vision test, which usually is the one thing I hate doing. I envy those people who can see 20/20. I have never, with all the vision impairments I have, I don't know what that's like. Oh, we need 2 of those brackets. But I can see everything on this table just fine. Did I hit record? Yes, I did. Okay, I'm making sure. I'm going to mess up here. Okay, so this goes here. Okay. That's how deers are made. And then now I got to get some black slopes. Now, once I build all this, I will do a quick tour of it. But my newer reviews are going to be like this. They're going to be just complete tours. This will be the tour and all that stuff. And that's how I'm doing it. And, you know, somebody had made, there was a YouTuber years ago that had a channel, and he goes, I don't understand why people make 30-40 minute reviews. So, you know, it depends. Sometimes if it's a set that I really want to explore and show you, yeah, I'm going to get pretty wrapped up into it. But something like this is a brick-built animal. This should take no more than 2 or 3 minutes to really talk about that kind of thing. But it just depends on the person, you know, reviewing the set. Some people are really heavy into Star Wars, so they'll just go ham on that. And alright, okay, there's a plate that goes on the top there. Putting them on there now because I need a bunch in the steps, so this is just easier to do it like this. One time I had this one guy was kind of just knocking down how I was doing stuff. I don't know what his problem was, and I told him off, and just like, this is years ago. I said, if you think you can do a better job than me, then by all means do it. And it was very popular because he had, I guess he had his kids or something in the video, which is a no-no on YouTube. And I've never heard from him since when I did that. I mean, it wasn't really constructive. He was kind of being just kind of bluntly rude. And you know, these are just like, I just do this for fun. You know, the quality, I try to show everything. Sometimes I rant, sometimes I go off topic. Sometimes I misplace my parts. But you know, if I don't have another one of those and it rolled off somewhere, I know there was that part that flew off the workbench. But if I don't like what somebody has to say on YouTube, I don't have to watch their videos. I don't need to be rude. Well, I don't see it up here. That means I gotta go get up and get it, huh? Yeah, let me go do just that. Okay, so I had to rustle this up. Some of these smaller pieces do get lost. I know I found one on the floor I threw in the bin, so it could have been just that. I know how careful I am. Sometimes I'll misplace a part. Of course, not to say that I could be doing it wrong too, because this is a creator set. But we will check eventually. Yeah, so I'm pretty much... I mean, I don't want to be stuck doing Lego reviews the whole winter while I'm off. So I'm trying to think of ways to do it. I have a buddy of mine. He lives in the other part of the state. He says, if I was closer, I'd help you with this stuff. I said, man, I wish we could do collaborative reviews. It would be so cool. Well, we can get into like a disagreement on something maybe. You know, maybe you see something I don't and vice versa. You know, it'd be kind of cool because I'm doing this solo right now. And to have somebody else have a partner come in here would be real cool. And we could just do this stuff together. You know, that'd be real fun to do. But alas, I do not have a partner to help do this. A lot of YouTubers, they work solo. Some have a partner. Some of them have their family. This is like a family thing they do. I mean, my family doesn't like doing this. I'm the only one that does. I'm kind of the weird one in the family. All right. Now, those are done. Now we got to install the legs on here. Just goes right in there. All right. Doesn't go very far. Okay, and I'm going to check this one and make sure it's built right here. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure. Yeah, I was missing that part, I think. Okay. Almost done, folks. The deer's almost done. And that's what it looks like. And yeah. And that's it. That concludes the build. Alright, so I'm going to call this setting up and cleaning up because the deer's big and I got to clean up this mess now before we could really do the summation here. And yeah, very sturdy. But let's clean all this up so he's not tripping over all this hazard stuff. We don't want him to go tattle on me and say Jay didn't pick up his mess and I broke my limb on it. Yeah, it wasn't a bad build, but I was starting to get a little tired of the nougat. It's a color we don't really mess with all that often here, but now that takes care of the deer. And put these all in here. And yeah, that's what we have remaining for the build. That's a lot of parts there, so we could probably enhance this up a bit more. Yeah, let's get this all prepared here. Alright, summation of thoughts. And if you like deers, if you got a couple of these sets, you could have a family of deers. And, you know, his limbs move and stuff, the tail moves. Oh, somebody got mad at me because I wasn't showing all the joints that moved on a build. And I can't make everyone happy. These don't move all that much, so it's more stiff than anything else. But yeah, boy, if he wants a drink of water, he's not going to be able to get down that far, huh? That neck doesn't go down. That's as far as it goes down. So it's just meant to do this. I mean, it's obviously not Bambi. But it's not a bad little build. It's just this one kind of looks blocky. Unlike the horse, this one looks a little more blocky looking. But I mean, in a pinch, it's not too bad. But yeah. Oh yes, kids. He can say yes, and he can even say no. So if you want to go out and stay up till 4 in the morning tagging bridges, he'll tell you no. No, don't do that because that's very bad. But yeah, not too bad. And honestly, though, like I said, the color palette on this one was kind of subtle. We were at the beginning it started off colorful, but now it's just. I mean, this is a nice little display piece, especially for an alternative model. I'm pretty pleased with it, but the build towards the end was kind of boring. Could this be a collaborative build? One person could build just this. And yeah, one person can build the legs, and then yeah, so I'd say probably 2 or 3 people. This one's not bad. So, I mean, it wasn't a terrible build. but for me personally, it looks interesting. I mean, some parts look like it's a little bit unfinished, like right here, but you know, what can you do? Back here doesn't look too bad, but I don't know, just something about it just doesn't look right. But I want to know what you think. Tell me in the comments.